Redwood Falls, California. A town so quiet, people forgot to lock their doors. A town where nothing bad ever happened. At least, that's what everyone believed. Until Isabella Cruz arrived. She moved in during late October. The air was cold, the trees were dying, and the streets felt empty. Not just physically, but something deeper, like the town itself was holding its breath. Isabella was 24, half Mexican, long dark hair, soft brown eyes. She had just left San Diego after a toxic relationship. She wanted a fresh start, a quiet life, a safe place. And Redwood Falls seemed perfect. Cheap rent, peaceful neighborhood, no crime. Her new house sat at the very end of Willow Creek Road, a narrow street surrounded by tall trees that blocked most of the sunlight. There were only 3 houses nearby, hers, an empty one across the street, and one more, right next door. That house belonged to Daniel Reyes. The first time she saw him, something felt off. He was standing outside his house, completely still, staring at her. Not smiling, not blinking, just staring. "Hi," Isabella said awkwardly. He didn't respond immediately. Then slowly, too slowly, he raised his hand and waved. "Welcome," he said. His voice was low, almost hollow. That night, Isabella couldn't sleep. Not because of the new house, not because of the silence, but because of that man. There was something wrong with him. She couldn't explain it, but her instincts screamed it. At exactly 2:17 a.m., she woke up, suddenly, like someone had called her name. Her heart was racing. The room was dark, completely silent. Then, she saw it. A faint light coming from the window. She sat up slowly and looked outside. The house next door, Daniel's house. The light was on, and there he was, standing in the window, looking directly at her. Not moving, not blinking, just watching. Isabella felt a chill run down her spine. She pulled the curtains shut immediately. "Just a coincidence," she whispered. "Just a weird neighbor." But deep inside, she knew this wasn't normal. The next morning, she went outside, trying to act normal, trying to convince herself everything was fine. Daniel was there again, standing in the yard, same position, same expression. "Do you always wake up at night?" Isabella asked nervously. He smiled, but something about that smile was wrong. "I don't sleep," he said. That was the moment, the exact moment, everything changed. Days passed, and Isabella started noticing patterns. Every night, exactly 2:17 a.m., the light turned on. Every night, he stood at the window. Every night, he watched her. At first, she tried to ignore it. She played music, watched movies, called friends. But nothing helped, because deep down, she could feel it. That she wasn't just being watched from outside. Something else was watching her too, inside the house. One night, she heard it for the first time. Scratch. 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 It was coming from the hallway. Isabella froze, her breath caught in her throat. "Hello?" she called out softly. No response. The scratching stopped. Then, silence. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and slowly opened her bedroom door. The hallway was empty. Nothing there. But on the wall, right near the floor, There were marks. Long, thin, deep, like something had dragged its fingers across the wood. That night, she didn't sleep. The next day, she went to the local cafe, trying to clear her mind. That's where she met Elena Morales, a waitress, mid-30s, friendly, but with tired eyes. "You're new here, right?" Elena asked. Isabella nodded. "Yeah, just moved in last week." "Where?" "Willow Creek Road." Elena froze just for a second, but Isabella noticed. "Which house?" she asked quietly. "The one at the end." "And the neighbor?" "Daniel Reyes." Silence. Elena's smile disappeared. "You should move," she said. Isabella laughed nervously. "What?" "You should move," Elena repeated, "before it's too late." "What do you mean?" Elena leaned closer, her voice barely a whisper. "People who live next to him, they don't stay long." Isabella's heart started beating faster. "What happens to them?" Elena hesitated, then said something that Isabella would never forget. "They disappear."
Isabella couldn't stop thinking about what Elena Morales had said. They disappear. At first, she tried to rationalize it. Maybe people just moved away. Maybe it was just small-town rumors. But something inside her didn't believe that. That night, she made a decision. If something was happening, she was going to prove it. She set up her phone, facing the bedroom door, recording. "If there's something here," she whispered, "I'm going to see it." The clock ticked, slow, heavy, loud. 2:16 a.m. Her heart started racing. 2:17 a.m. The lights flickered, and then it began. Scratch, scratch, scratch. From the hallway, closer this time. Isabella sat frozen on her bed. Her body refused to move. The scratching stopped. Silence. Then, footsteps. Slow, dragging, like something was learning how to walk. The bedroom door creaked. It opened by itself. Isabella couldn't breathe. She stared into the darkness of the hallway. Nothing. Then suddenly, the door slammed shut. She screamed, jumped back, and everything went silent again. Morning came. She didn't remember falling asleep. Her body felt heavy. Her head hurt. The first thing she did was grab her phone. Her hands were shaking. She pressed play. The video started. At first, nothing. Just her room, sleeping. Then, 2:17 a.m. The door opened, slowly, and something stepped inside. Not a person. Too tall. Its head almost touched the ceiling. Its arms were too long, dragging behind it. Its body was wrong, like it didn't belong in this world. Isabella covered her mouth, trying not to scream. The thing stood there, watching her, sleeping. Then, slowly, it turned its head toward the camera. Its face, if you could call it that, was pale, cracked like broken porcelain. Its eyes, completely black. And then, it smiled. Too wide, too deep, as if its face was tearing apart. Then, something worse happened. It spoke. "You saw me." Isabella dropped the phone, her entire body shaking, because she remembered something. She hadn't heard that voice last night, but the camera did. That meant it wasn't just in her head. It was real, and it knew that she knew. That night, she didn't stay. She ran to Elena's house, crying, terrified, barely able to speak. Elena let her in immediately, like she had been expecting this. "You saw it, didn't you?" Elena asked quietly. Isabella nodded, tears streaming down her face. "What is it?" she whispered. Elena didn't answer right away. Instead, she walked to a drawer, pulled out an old photograph. She handed it to Isabella. It showed a family standing in front of Isabella's house. A mother, a father, a little girl. They lived there before you, Elena said. What happened to them? Elena looked away. The girl disappeared first. Isabella's stomach dropped. Then the mother. And the father. He went crazy. What did he say? Isabella asked. Elena's voice trembled. He said, something came from next door. Something that wasn't human. Something that watches you until it takes you. Isabella felt like she couldn't breathe. That thing, she whispered. Is it Daniel? Elena shook her head slowly. No, Daniel isn't the problem. He's just the door. Silence. What does that mean? Isabella asked. Elena leaned closer. That thing, it comes through him, and once it sees you, it never stops. Isabella realized something terrifying. It wasn't just watching her, it was choosing her.
Isabella stayed at Elena's house that night. Lights on, doors locked, no sleep. But she felt it, even there. That presence, watching, waiting. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the lights flickered. Elena froze. No, she whispered. Knock, knock, knock. From the front door, both of them stared, frozen. Don't open it, Elena said. Knock, knock, knock. Louder this time. Then, a voice. Isabella. Her blood ran cold. It sounded like Daniel, but something was wrong. The tone, too empty, too slow. Open the door. Silence. Then the voice changed. You can't hide. Now it sounded like her. Isabella covered her mouth, tears falling. It knows, she whispered. Suddenly, bang! The door shook violently. Bang! Again. The walls rattled. The lights went out. Darkness. Complete darkness. Then, footsteps. Inside the house. Elena screamed. It's already here! The sound cut off. Silence. Elena! Isabella shouted. No answer. Her heart pounded. She slowly turned and saw it, standing in the corner. The same thing, but now closer, real. Its head tilted unnaturally, its smile wider than before. I told you, it whispered. You belong to me. Isabella ran. She didn't think, didn't stop. Out the door, into the street. But something was wrong. The street was empty. No lights, no people, no sound. Like the entire world had disappeared. She turned back. Elena's house, gone. In its place, only darkness. Then the voice came again, right behind her. You can't leave. She felt something touch her shoulder. Cold, not human. She screamed, and everything went black. The next morning, police arrived. A missing person report. 2 women, gone. No signs of struggle, no evidence, nothing, except one thing. On the wall, written in something dark. 2:17. Daniel Reyes, gone. His house, empty, like no one had ever lived there. Months later, a new tenant moved in. A girl, early 20s, new life, new beginning. That first night, she woke up suddenly, 2:17 a.m. The light next door turned on, and in the window, someone was watching. And this time, was smiling.